Nice to meet you. I'm Lohen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company. If you require assistance from the Knights of Favonius, please direct your request to headquarters. But if you need something from me, I'm all ears. Being a captain takes more than just captain-grade strength. The most important thing is... I don't know. If I did, I'd be a captain by now. Mondstadt really is the place to be. Can't wait to get my hands on some apple cider. How do I get along with the other knights? Well, I'm certain I've left a deep impression. That can only be a good thing, right? Oh, the rain's getting heavy. Who knows what the floods will wash away? Oh, the sky's clearing up. It's like those showers never even happened. Thunder drowns out many things, but never the beat of your own heart. There's no place like the Cat's Tail, especially in weather like this. Whew, wind's picking up. Too bad there aren't any dandelions around. Guess we'll just have to tear up some paper instead, huh? It's times like these when I really miss Cider Lake. Good morning. What's the plan today? Already stopped for lunch? Great. We've got work to do this afternoon. Tonight... Let's treat the troops to a surprise attack drill. Good night. Better get some rest, because tomorrow's coming whether you like it or not. I try to avoid anesthetics. They make it hard to fight. Besides, I kind of like to savor the pain. It reminds me that I'm alive, unlike my enemies who feel nothing at all. For some, power is a convenient excuse. Gives them a reason for failure, justification for fear. Perhaps having a goal really does provide people with some strange sense of safety, even if hidden behind their safety is a far more terrifying shadow. My fighting style? Couldn't be more simple. Seek out the leader, engage them in combat, and decide the victor as quickly as possible. The other knights should be used to it by now. But if they're not, what difference does it make? As you can see, I'm vice captain. Well, that fool Theodore got exactly what he deserved. Still, I feel like his talents can be put to good use. Once he's atoned for his sins, I plan to drag him back to the 5th Company. Not as an officer, obviously, but he can serve in the rank and file. Although it's too early to trust him completely. Or me, for that matter. You trust me? And you have the strength to back it up? Just what I'd expect from the honorary knight. As reliable as the rumors suggest. You'd make a good captain of the 5th Company. I'm sure Varka wouldn't object. This vision has proved pretty useful out in the field. Just a shame it's only good for killing monsters I can touch, not the unseen ones that linger within. Nah, I don't drink. The only use I have for alcohol is disinfecting my wounds. In that regard, Dawn Winery's older dandelion wine is the most potent, both in terms of its disinfectant properties and the sweet stinging pain it delivers. Plus, when I use it on the others, I get to see them squirm. Varka's the most fun to watch. I used to be allergic to dandelions, but then Sucrose told me about desensitization therapy. I filled my room with dandelions and made sure to breathe deeply from time to time. Did it work? Well, put it this way. I don't sneeze around dandelions anymore. But I must admit, I kind of miss the feeling of sneezing till I'm dizzy. Varka's resistance to medicine keeps growing by the day. I mixed him a draft a few days ago that barely flushed his cheeks. If he hadn't glared at me afterwards, I'd have doubted whether I put the medicine in at all. If only we were still in Nodcry, I could drop in a few of those Kuvaki plants. The Grandmaster's duties? Well, when it comes to Varka, it's mostly leading people into battle. The rest gets dumped on Jean. Enemies, well, you can kill them for good, but paperwork never truly dies. Well, that's only because the acting Grandmaster was holding down the fort in Mondstadt that the actual Grandmaster was able to swan off to Nodcry. Now that he's back, well, he'll likely continue to do as he pleases. I don't think much will change. Kaya has a real knack for imitating the other captain's signatures, not to mention Jean's. In fact, his forgeries are so good, it's practically impossible to spot the difference. Kaya says he only does it to sign off on his own applications for leave. Personally, I think he's telling the truth. Too much moral fiber in that one. Amber said she's already talked things over with acting Grandmaster Jean. She asked for some recon officers to come help her out, though they won't be official outriders. Regardless, it's certainly cause to celebrate. Now she won't have to fly back and forth over Mondstadt all by herself. Although, come to think of it, the gliding license exam itself seems a bit outdated. Maybe it's time that got an update too. D-Luke, when you think about it, we both fell victim to the same scoundrel. But now that those scores have been settled, is he really never coming back to the Knights of Favonius? He can't go back to being the youngest captain, but he could sure have a go at being the oldest knight. Noelle's still not officially a knight, huh? How long's it been now? Thought for sure she'd have passed the selection trials. Is Varka holding out for some kind of special trial just for her? Her knightly title's gonna have to be pretty long to match the length of her training. What stands out most about Eula is the sound of her boots stomping about the place. When she's in a rush, you can hear the dump, dump, dump from a floor away. Just like her fighting style, loud and penetrating. An impression so deep, it's impossible to forget. The 5th Company's consumables are all developed by Albedo in the 8th Company. Our crossbow bolts, bullets, and various alchemical products are all top quality. I sometimes drop by Albedo's office with plans for new weapons research. Though recently it's been Sucrose receiving my requests instead. I guess Albedo must be working on something big. Again. Varka told me he thinks that Fatui Harbinger, the captain, could have taken out a ruin guard with just a crayon. So, I traded some snacks with Klee for a box of them. And I'm gonna bring them to Varka. Next time he runs into a monster, we'll see how formidable a weapon it really is. Mika might be a skilled cartographer, but I'm even more skilled when it comes to sniffing out a lie. He once gave me a map where he deliberately left out all the monster gathering points, because he was scared I'd charge in alone. But, one look at his face, and I knew exactly where the monsters were. Can't believe he thought silence would be enough to foil me. Sorry to disappoint, but I don't have any deep, dark secrets worth sharing with anyone else. I prefer to use a polearm, but I still belong to the 5th Company, so I make sure to keep up with my crossbow and musket practice. As for accuracy, well, I'm pretty good at hitting bloaty floaties and slimes. I don't even really need to aim. I heard there's something called a Spectre in Inazuma that's really hard to hit. Ooh, maybe I can test my aim on one of those next time. The 5th Company? Just an ordinary ranged support team. Nothing worth mentioning. We can lay down some decent firepower, but if we're faced with truly exceptional enemies, the most we can do is provide cover from the sidelines. Like that time we followed Varka to intercept the Rayhir of Solnari. In the end, the main assault was left entirely to the Grand Master, while we were ordered to form a perimeter and hold off the wild hunt. That was the only way we wouldn't get swept up in his battle with the Rivalries. Why do I insist on using a polearm? I'll put it this way. The tastiest bait on the battlefield is the one who looks the most like a commander. I can draw the enemy's attention while giving everyone else the space to fire at will. As for dangerous enemies, the more intense it gets, the easier I find it to concentrate. The feeling of pure focus really is to die for. Just a pity that ever since I left Nodcry, there have been too few battles where I can truly lose myself in the moment. Do I feel fear when fighting at close quarters? Not as much as my enemy does. I'm no slouch, you know. Besides, I've got medics waiting in the rear. What if the enemy has them too? Well, I'll just have to take out their medics first. Besides the rush of battlefield slaughter, my favorite pastime is preparing little surprises to brighten the lives of my dearest brothers and sisters in arms. I consider it part of their training. Knights need to stay vigilant at all times, after all. The good days of being stationed at Dornman Port are over. Now I'm back in Mondstadt. And acting Grandmaster Jean is nowhere near as easygoing as Grandmaster Varka. Aren't there any more missions in the field they could send me on? I like to eat spicy food. When I'm out on patrol, I often chew on dry Jueyun peppers to keep myself alert. They're called Jueyun chilies? Thanks for the heads up, but I think I'll stick to calling them peppers. Don't drink, all right? When I was stationed in Nodcry, I was always woken up by drunken knights. By the end of the night, those guys couldn't even tell what they were drinking anymore. Not even when I swapped their booze for... never mind. Forget I said that. Whew, thank you. This is exactly what I like. In fact, it suits me so well, I suspect you've been secretly investigating my preferences. But I'm not mad. After all, I have my own file on you. Back when I was learning how to poison meals, I got so good that no one suspected a thing. You've poisoned this already? Not to worry, I have a high tolerance for poison. In fact, I think I'll have some more. Well, this is clearly a trap, and one I think I'd best avoid. Next time, how about you let me do the cooking? Today's your birthday, so I got you a mini crossbow. I came up with the design myself. It should be the perfect size for your wrist. When did I measure your wrist? Don't worry, I did it by eye. Hey, you can trust my ability to gauge things like this. I'm vice captain of the 5th Company, after all. Oh, right, this crossbow can also fire backward, just in case someone sneaks up on you. You just press... Here. No need to duck. The safety lock is still on. Do I look like the kind of person who gives a friend a crossbow just to watch them shoot themselves? I feel great. Even my weapon feels easier to handle. I feel like I can see even further now. This should help improve my aim. It's like my mind's gotten so much clearer. I just thought of a new way to train. Oh, guess I'm strong enough to be a proper vice captain now, huh?